Hi COSA 30 students. So I just wanted to create this brief video to show you basically how you can use My IT Lab and Canvas together to submit your assignments. So the first reminder that I want to give you is that you should be in Canvas, right? You should have already created an account, and inside of Canvas you're going to find the syllabus. So here you're going to have on the syllabus, on the PDF there, a link for Canvas, which you've already entered, but also for My IT Lab. So you don't have to memorize that. It's myitlab.com, but you could also just click on the link there. Once you log into My IT Lab, and by now you should have already created your account, you're going to click on Unit 1, Chapter 1, or excuse me, Unit 1 Computing Fundamentals first, and that's a link. Then you'll go into Chapter 1, and if you haven't yet purchased your textbook, you can go into the Unit 1, Chapter 1 e-text and click on that. So this is for those of you that have not yet purchased your textbook. Now you'll notice that when I clicked on that, nothing happened. I want to remind you that many of you are going to have your pop-up blockers. This is in Chrome, but it's also going to happen to you in Firefox if your pop-up blockers are enabled. Just click on that and then say always allow pop-ups, right? Click on done, and it'll take you, or it'll allow you, I should say, to open up your pop-up window, which has the link to your e-text. So I clicked on Unit 1, Chapter 1, e-text, and it's going to take a little while because it's uploading a PDF or a picture of the exact same pages that you've got in your textbook. Now remember, at this point you should have Canvas open as well as My IT Lab. So once the e-text appears, and it's taking a little while here, again it's because it is quite a large file. It's reading through all of the pictures and the text inside of your e-text. Alright, so here is my e-text, and you'll notice on the left-hand side here I've got my navigation bar. So what are you supposed to be working on? Well, by now you should have already read through Chapter 1, and I'm clicking on the forward arrows here, right? You would have read through this, and you can use the scroll bar to scroll up and down to read your information. Remember, this is like a picture book, has lots of pictures in there. But inside of Canvas, so I'm going to click on this tab here to go to Canvas. Your first assignment, both on the syllabus and in Canvas, is, let's see here, let's go ahead and click on that, is to complete Unit 1, Chapter 1, Skill Drill 1, Finding Storage Capacity on a folder in your hard drive on page 31. Alright, so page 31, I'm going to go back to my e-text, which is in this tab here. And right here on the page bar, I'm going to type in 31 and press enter, and it's going to take me directly to page 31. So here are my directions. Number 1, right? So skill drill exercises reinforce chapter skills, and you'll read that. Please make sure that you read it. Space in your hard disk is divided into smaller sections called folders. All right, so you're going to read through this information. It's going to tell you why you're doing this or give you a clue as to what steps you're going to be performing. And then it tells you step-by-step instructions. Turn on your computer, and that's if you haven't already turned it on, right? So if it's on, you just go to step 2. Point to the right side of the start menu. All right, so depending on which operating system you have, right, you're going to find your start menu, and then you're going to click on computer and so forth and so on. So you're going to follow these steps, and again, these steps are assuming you're on a PC, right, with Windows 7. If you're not, you're going to have to make some adjustments. At the end of the steps, it tells you to use the snipping tool, and then you're going to come up with a Unit 1, Chapter 1 music student name for your file. So make sure that you save it with Unit 1, Chapter 1 music, and student name is going to be your name, right? Your first and last name there. And then once you've saved it, you're going to save it to a flash drive or your desktop or wherever it is that you're saving it. Make sure that you have access to it. You want to save this file. Once you have an actual file, you're going to go back to Canvas. And in Canvas, you'll see here this Submit Assignment button. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the Submit Assignment button. And then there's this gray Choose File button. So I'm going to click on that. And it's going to take just a moment here, and it's going to bring up a window that allows me to choose the file that I want to incorporate here. So I'm going to go ahead and on the left hand side, this is my pane here that I want to click on. That's going to have, I can either click on computer, and it's going to show me all of the different drives that I could save to, but I just want to go to my flash drive, so I'm going to click on my flash drive. There's my COSA 30 folder that I created for myself. There's my file. So I click on that file, and you can either double click or click once and go to open. There we go, and you'll see on the right hand side now, instead of being blank, you see your file that you're submitting. Then you would click on Submit Assignment, and that'll take just a moment, and then once you do that, the file is ready for me to grade, right? So it shows that I've submitted that assignment. Alright, so once you've done that, you can either click on the next button to go on to the next thing that's due for this chapter, right? And it tells you that's on page 32, so you'd do the same thing. You'd go back into your Pearson eText, and you'd go on to page 32, and you would read Finding Shared Storage and read all the information about that. You're going to come up with a file and submit that. Alright, so that is your skill drill, or skill drills I should say, for this chapter. You have to work on several of those as well as the related skills, and those are listed both in Canvas and on your actual printed syllabus. You also have one more type of assignment, so I'm going to go back into modules, and I'm clicking on that. And the last assignment for this chapter is the ebooks and readers discussion question. Now I moved those out of my IT lab and put them in Canvas, so it's just easier for you to find these here. And these are the directions: post a thorough response to the forum, right? So please make sure it's an informed response, that you've read the chapter, and if you haven't, go back and take some time to do so. This is the actual question, right? Ebooks and e-readers have been around for many years, and then I've got the question listed below that. So you're going to take some time to read through that, and then you're going to give me an informed response. All right, so what type of response? Please make it in paragraph form, right? You don't have to rewrite the question, but make sure that this is in paragraph format, that it's professional writing. You're going to give me your responses, and then you're going to reply to at least one other person. So again, please make sure that these are informed discussions, right? Informed responses based on what you've already read. Give me your opinion, and I just want to remind you that even if I totally disagree with your opinion, as long as you are factually correct, I'm going to give you full points for that submission. All right, I hope this was helpful to you. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and email me at Rosillo@lbcc.edu, and I'll do my best to answer you right away.